What's up guys, I'm back today and I'm back out with the Traxxas 4x4 and I actually have a lot of parts upgraded on it now because I drove this yesterday and I broke some more front axles. So got new front axles again. I have the upgraded shock caps because I did yesterday bust off the shock caps and then because yesterday I had my jump out and I was jumping it probably about 30 feet. I was jumping it from the asphalt curb thing all the way up to almost where the grass starts. So, and I'm also trying a different camera setup today. So I'm just hoping that it'll work out. And I'm trying to think what else. Oh, I also changed the shock oil since I had to redo all these. The only shock oil I had was from my Traxxas 4x4 1/16 scale. So there's 70 weight shock oil and everything, so we'll see how that works out. And yeah, so let's get started. Let's set up the ramps. Today we'll actually be getting some air, unlike all the other videos I have where I bring out the ramp. Yesterday I went through about 4 battery packs just ramping, and nothing broke until my fourth battery pack, which conveniently it was like right at the end of it too. So yesterday I got a lot of practice in jumping and how to line up and crap. Alright, I'm gonna real quickly put the body on. And if you can't tell, the body mounts don't line up with the body anymore just from crashing so many times or landing weird. Oh, and also, another thing that's different from my other videos is now I'm running the stock gearing because my high-speed pinion actually melted. Like, it literally melted in the transmission. There's bees freaking around my knees for some reason, or attacking my ankles. But, the high-speed pinion melted, which I wasn't expecting, so I have another high-speed pinion on the way, and I also have a 16 tooth pinion on the way, as well as a whatever the crap you call it. I got the Traxxas steel front axles, and the only reason I got a 16 tooth pinion is because it was $2 and I needed $2 more to get the $10 off coupon at Tower Hobbies. So realistically I got the axle and a 16 tooth pinion for 40 bucks. Oh, I need to trim it real quick. There we go, now it's going nice and straight. Alright, I'm trying to get used to this new camera setup. I have to point my transmitter at a different angle than I usually do. And I'm going to go ahead and walk this way to be able to line up the jump better. I'm going to angle the ramp differently so I don't have to come from right in front of my truck. Make it come from this angle, so I can get more speed. And I will say this thing was definitely worth it. Now that I've had it for a couple weeks and I've ran probably 10 battery packs through it, not including the nickel metal. I've ran this Lipo about 10 times and I've only had this Lipo for this truck. So Oh yeah, and with the way I'm using my camera this time, The audio should be better. And yes, I know I'm terrible at jumping. That's why I'm also trying to learn how to land it better. There we go. That was a pretty good one. Now you see though, even with the stock gearing, it still does wheelies with the 3S Lipo. It has a tendency of whenever I stop the wheel so it will kind of pitch forward, it pitches forward and kind of turns to the right. See, even just off that little hill right there, it did it. Everything's still fine though, so we're good. Oh, no, we're not. I just noticed that back wheel. I think I may have broken a rear arm. What sucks because I don't feel like going to the hobby shop again today because they already see me a bit too much. Actually, I think it just popped out of place. 1 second. Let's get down to this. Honestly, what it looked like, the hinge pin might have just popped out of place. Yep, it didn't break. It actually just popped out of place. Oh, okay. There is a little hairline fracture, or a hairline crack, just barely. But honestly, it's still drivable, so I'm gonna real quickly, let's get my tools. I'll fix it on camera too. Put my blanket over my toolbox so no one sees it. If someone walking by sees a big ass toolbox, they'll be like, ooh, there's tools in there. This might be expensive, realistically. Nothing really expensive in it besides some RC tools and a extra thing for my camera. And some wheels for my 1/16 slash. And axles. Broken axles, sticker clutch crap. Alright, so let's see, let's take off the wheel. Sorry if this camera angle's not the best, I'm just sitting down the camera. Now, I am probably going to go home and order some RPM rear arms, because how this is drivable right now, it's not going to last too long. Let's see, I think it's this size. There we go. Here, I'll try to show you what. See, there's just that little half crack through it. Honestly, it should be good for now. Good enough to at least drive on for a bit until I get a new one. I'm just gonna go. I work every single day this week, so I'm just gonna go in Tower Hobbies and order one. Is where Tower Hobbies, for me, where they ship from is this place in Illinois, and it's extremely close to me, where anything I order, as long as I order it that night, I will get it the next day. Like if I order it before like 6, I'll get it tomorrow. So alright, that's fixed. That wasn't really much. Just put the wheel back on and get back to it. Whenever I get home though, I might put some super glue on that crack just to hopefully try to make it not spread anymore. There we go. Let's put the body back on and get back to it. Seems like every time I drive this on camera, something always breaks. Except that last time. I think last time I recorded driving it. It didn't break during that just because I quit recording before the battery pack died. And then once I let it cool down and I started driving it again, then I broke front axles. Or one front axle. I replaced it. Then the next day I broke the other front axle. And then last night I just said whatever and ordered the Traxxas steel ones, because the Energy rear ones I have, they don't have the front ones in stock. And really nowhere carries them, so. And now it's back. Working good as new. As long as I don't hit that A-arm really hard, it should honestly be perfectly fine. Okay, I thought I was much closer to the ramp. I'm only giving it like 20% throttle. It actually honestly feels like it drives a bit better with the 70. The 70 weight shock oil. Like, it doesn't bounce around as much when I'm like doing this. And I get a lot of rocks picked up at me. Ow. It just sprays rocks everywhere. Alright, let's try to get one. The only reason I think that A-arm broke is just because of the way it's landing, because it's flying weird in the air for some reason today. As I freaking just destroy it. Make sure everything's good in there. Yeah, you can see this is where the shock cap blew off. It got shock oil in there, and now dirt's just stuck to it from yesterday. And honestly, if the hobby shop was a bit closer, it's a 30-minute drive there, 30-minute drive back, so it's an hour. I don't feel like taking that drive again. If it was closer, then I'd go ahead and go there and get the RPM rear arms. Actually, I'll probably get the front ones too while I'm at it, because they have them there in stock. I'm honestly surprised they had the shock rebuild kit, which is just the I don't even know what you call them. But yesterday, actually, whenever I broke my last drive shaft, or it's the last one I had a replacement for, I went ahead and converted this to just two-wheel drive. I just took out the other drive shaft that did work. I was driving it as two-wheel drive. And it drove surprisingly well, besides that the fact that it really wouldn't stop, because without the front wheels stopping to try to get this thing to stop, it really didn't want to. And I guess that's how the two-wheel drive Flash does too, but still, I had to turn the TSM like way up just to get this thing to stop fishtailing. Now I don't know how my sound quality is with this wind, because it is quite windy, because I don't know how just the camera by itself picks up wind, because right now I just have it double-side foam taped to the side of my transmitter. And instead of having it in that waterproof like case thing that this comes with, I just have it just by itself. Kind of turning that way. I'm gonna trim it out. Help it. But see, that rear tire is holding up fine. It just kind of cracked it, just barely, and then popped out of place. I'm just not gonna do any more big jumps like what I was doing yesterday. Until I get the RPM arms. As soon as I get the RPM arms, I'm not gonna just immediately replace it. I'm gonna see if I can actually completely break that rear one. See, it does that. Without me doing it, it always still turn into the right a little. See if that fixes that. I don't know, it just seems like heavy on that side. Could be because my battery is on that side. My battery is quite heavier than everything else, I guess. It handles a lot better on this bumpy ground with the different shock oil. It actually soaks it up instead of just like bouncing up and down, like bouncing along the ground like it used to. Now it's actually kind of soaking up the bumps and actually driving pretty well. Except I might put some different in the front, because the front, I don't know, the front's kind of going a little bit weird. This thing is just so much fun. If anyone is watching this and they're just like trying to decide whether they should get one or not, get it. You're missing out if you don't. Now, one thing is, if you get one, I'd at least put a 2S Lipo in it, because really with the stock nickel metal hydride, yeah, it's fun, but you're not going to get much speed. So I'd at least put a 2S Lipo. That was the first thing I did, because whenever I got this truck, I didn't instantly have my 3S Lipo yet, because I had it ordered and it was just still on its way. So I drove it with my 2S Lipo I had, and just the 2S compared to the nickel metal hydride is just like night and day. It's a lot better. You just get you don't really get much more top speed. You might get a little, like 5 miles an hour more, but it's really just acceleration. Like the power's there. And then going up to a 3S Lipo, it's just retarded. Especially if you put the high-speed pinion in. Then it's just retarded fast. See, now it just kind of like actually stays on the ground, and it's just like soaking up all the bumps instead of just bouncing around uncontrollably. Now once this battery pack does die, I'm going to go home and charge it. I am going to drive this again later today, but I'm not going to record that, so I might end up breaking that rear arm completely, but we'll see. Almost hit myself. But it still does wheelies. Still gets wheelie happy. I'm gonna real quickly check on that crack. Just make sure it hasn't gotten any bigger. Which wheel was it? Can't even tell. That screw, oh, that screw's coming out a little. So, might need to put some thread lock in there. I'll show you guys real quick. I'll probably end the video here because the battery's probably just about dead. The Lipo cutoff's probably is about to kick in. So, I'll real quickly show you what I'm talking about, then I'll end it here. This thing's getting dusty. Look at this. That difference. It's getting dusty out here. Man, it's been really hot and just straight sun. There's been no clouds in the sky this whole week since it rained, like last week. Alright, let's see if I can show you guys. See down there? That screw's coming out. So honestly, I think that's why it cracked initially. It's because that screw backed out. That screw backed out, and then it was only in one side, and then I hit it hard, and it just snapped. Or it didn't snap, it cracked it, but yep, let's just see how hot everything feels. The Lipo still feels cold. ESC, I can sit there and keep my hand on it, it's not warm. That is a bit toasty. And everything's holding up fine. The nice blue shot caps, but a rock in there. Alright, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys later.